How to brainwash your viewers so they buy from you. You can literally make millions with a YouTube channel, but you need to apply some black hat magic. I've made 8 figures with YouTube for businesses, and in this video we'll go exactly over how to write a script that sells using the same psychology tricks that made Manson build a cult and Rolex a billion-dollar business. First of all, hooks are designed for one thing, the so-called curiosity loop. If you've never heard that word, no worries. From curiosity loops, we need to get them curious enough about the topic so that they couldn't dream of doing anything else than watching the video. So your curiosity loop is this thing that just lives in your brain rent free. And you're like, damn, I need to watch this video, right? So how do we create this curiosity loop? One simple thing. Contrast. Now, how does contrast work? The viewer believes one thing, but then we introduce an alternative in the hook. So they believe A, but we show them B. And because it completely destroys what they have in their mind, their whole worldview is flipped, right? That makes them click. And the bigger this contrast, the more the curiosity and the deeper this hook. So you can make millions from your channel, right? And you're expecting, yeah, like everybody told me about these like 10 things I need to pay attention to on a YouTube channel, but no, you have to apply some black hat tricks. We're gonna do stuff that nobody else is doing, and that is a strong hook that gets you watching. Next up, the 5-second rule. You only have 5 seconds to make it stick. So if in these 5 seconds you disappoint the viewer and you don't deliver on your promise, then the viewer just scrolls and your video dies because average view duration is like 1 second. Go crazy, be creative. And what is the psychology behind it? The viewer is subconsciously always asking these 3 questions. Is this for me? What can I get from this? And can I trust them? Now let me look at our hook, right? You can make millions from your channel. This answers the question, is this for me? But you have to apply some black hat tricks. That is the contrast, right? I'm saying I've made 8 figures with YouTube for businesses. So we have dozens of clients. We're doing this not just for 1 or 2 guys and like, no, we run a proper agency and this is our business. We do nothing else. And in this video, I'll teach you how to make a script that sells using the same psychology tricks that made Manson build a cult and Rolex a billion-dollar business, right? This answers the question, what can I get from this? And also a little bit, is this for me? Now, if you don't answer those questions on purpose, their brain answers them for you. And this can lead to them just being disappointed and clicking off. Now, the real secret is people don't buy because you ask them nicely to buy, but they buy because the conclusion is already formed in their head. So it's not like at the end of the video, you're like, hey, can you please buy my product? No, actually, this decision has been made throughout the whole 10, 15, 20, whatever minutes that you're talking. And all of this starts with the hook, because if the hook sucks, no way someone will watch all those 10, 15, 20 minutes. So the hook is where the brainwashing begins. Now let's talk about storytelling, because there's some sneaky ways that we can get into people's brains. Most people think they have a sales problem, but actually what they have is a belief problem. And there's 3 deadly beliefs. First one is, I don't need this. Second one is, this won't work for me. And the third one is, I'll do it later. You already know from sales calls with prospects, if you get these 3 beliefs, it's really a pain in the ass to work with this, right? Now the thing is, beliefs are formed long before the CTA. So if you wait until the end of the video to sell, you already lost. When we work with A players and market leaders and they do mid-roll CTAs, these retention curves, they look like this, right? You don't see like any drops or anything. Besides, this is a crazy strong retention curve. For YouTube, this is top tier, number 1. And the reason is because we implement these CTAs very, very subtly. And then you don't have to deal with these deadly beliefs, but these deadly beliefs are immediately fought within this whole 19-minute video. For example, from our client Jay Claver or our client Nomad Capitalist, who on the back of his YouTube channel, they're making millions because people are pre-sold. Your content is probably training people to ignore you, because every time you post content that educates but doesn't guide, you're teaching your audience that they can get value from you without ever buying. And they just watch your content, they learn what you say, and they leave. So their brain goes like, I already got what I needed for free from this guy. Why should I keep listening listening. And that's why sometimes very good content still does not sell. You need to do a little bit more. And the solution is you need to start brainwashing from the hook. So for our client Will Cannon, what we did, we had this nice LinkedIn playbook and people were able to download it. We told them immediately in the hook, this is what you can download. It's amazing. And it increased our conversion rates a lot. So now we get to the real sauce, the Manson method and how you can apply it. Charles Manson didn't recruit followers by just being charismatic, but he recruited them by making them feel chosen. And you can apply this principle for your YouTube channel and your business. Step one is you identify the outcast. So this guy, he found people who felt rejected by society and they were people looking for belonging. In your case, that's people who didn't get results first and who are struggling with something that you can solve. This is the people that you want to identify with your YouTube channel. Next, you name the enemy. He gave them someone to blame. The system, right? It's always the system. And suddenly their pain has a source. They know where it's coming from. In your case, it's other gurus or agencies that suck, agencies that didn't achieve what they promised. Step 3, you offer belonging. So we're the only ones who get it, right? So now these people were not alone anymore. They were part of something bigger. In your case, you offer an inner circle. They are the chosen ones from the wait list. And this is also how creators use it without murdering anyone. Your content should make your viewer feel. It's like content that speaks to people's hearts. Finally, someone gets it. Everyone else is teaching it wrong, and this creator speaks my language. Amazing. I feel heard. Because that might sound a little bit crazy like Charles Manson, here's a little bit of example language. Here's how to grow on YouTube is not what you should say. Instead, you should say most YouTube advice is for people chasing vanity metrics. So you just separated your viewer from most other people. They feel special, they feel chosen, and now they're much more likely to buy from you. Again, the psychology behind it is it's identity-based loyalty. When someone adopts your worldview, they don't just agree with you, but they become someone who agrees with you. So that's a much deeper level of commitment, right? And this way you're not just building customers, you're actually building a community of believers. Now the second method I want to talk about is the Rolex method, which combines scarcity and status. Because Rolex doesn't just sell watches, they sell access. And you can't just walk into a store and buy a premium Rolex. Even if you have the money, you have to be approved by the dealer. You have to earn this right to own one. And this creates two psychological triggers. The first one is artificial scarcity. The second one is status signaling. Now, creators can also use this, and you don't have to kill anyone. You don't need to manufacture fake scarcity, but you need to create threshold moments. And here's how you do this. You only work with 5 clients per quarter. This system is not for beginners. I'm looking for people who want to scale from X to whatever they want to scale from. So it's not this typical, oh, we just have one spot left. It's much more intricate. It sounds much more professional. And you're not gatekeeping, but you're actually qualifying your audience. And paradoxically, the more you filter, the more people want in. So the psychological trigger here is when you say this isn't for everyone, your viewer thinks, but what if I'm one of the few who is actually ready, who this is for? And that's when their ego kicks in and humans want what they can't easily have. Thirdly, let's talk about CTAs, because most CTAs fail because they feel like a mood switch. You go from teaching, I'm giving value, and then suddenly, bam, I'm selling you, buy my stuff, right? And this emotional shift kind of breaks trust. Now, the right way to do a CTA is your CTA should feel like the next logical step. So it's not just the natural continuation of the journey you've been guiding them on. So it is the natural continuation of the journey you've been guiding them on. Some examples, all right? It's not book a call with me. It's if you want help applying this to your solution, then book a call with me. Let's talk about this. It is not just, yeah, and by the way, the link is in the description. It's I've put together a free strategy session for people who are ready to implement this. And this is what I talked about for the past 15 minutes, right? So it's a natural continuation. One of those always feels very salesy. The other one is extremely helpful. And then why does selling in private work better anyways? In public, it feels very non-exclusive, cheap, generalized. Everyone can access it. Private is exclusive, high quality, personalized. And that's why the real real funnel is YouTube, then get them onto your email, get them a lead magnet. Next, jump on a call, next offer. So you're not closing on camera, you're qualifying. And if you're qualifying well, you know yourself, people get on a call and they are ready to buy. They already believe in you. So the sale happened already during the video. The call is basically just asking some details and doing the paperwork. Now drop your questions in the comments. I read them all, and your question actually might become my next video. You could be freaking famous. Probably not, right? But still. Free strategy call is in the bio if you want to talk about all these things that we discussed here and see how we can apply it to your business. And as you know, we only work with people who are making 5 to 6 figures per month minimum, because if you're not, to be honest, YouTube and doing YouTube with an agency probably does not make any sense for you, even though we're absolute ballers. So see you in the next one.